You know that it's hurting you even if you can't name exactly what's happening. You've told yourself this is the last time. Well, more times than you can count. Or you've left and that pull to go back felt like your body was betraying you. That's not weakness. That's a trauma bond. And if you have been blaming yourself for not being strong enough to walk away, please know that it's not about strength. Something else is happening entirely. A trauma bond is an attachment pattern that forms through cycles of closeness and warmth, followed by distance and emotional pain. Eventually, your mind fuses love with pain. The person breaking you is the same person that's fixing you. And because their warmth, it feels so genuine, your brain uses those good moments to erase the bad ones. This dynamic relies on intermittent reinforcement, which is unpredictable affection that creates an intense and often addictive attachment. The warmth, the apology, the tenderness, they arrive on no schedule. Your brain, it keeps searching for when that relief is going to hit again. And your system, it reads that intensity as love. Their love might be real, and that is what makes this so confusing. But what your brain is chasing, it's not necessarily love. It's that contrast between the warmth that follows that cold silence, or the cruelty, or even sometimes just the distance. It's the same mechanism that drives a gambling addiction. It's the same neurochemistry. So let's walk through what is actually happening, because once you see this, you can't unsee it. And that is where true insight begins. So it starts with tension. Something shifts. You feel it in your body before you can even name it. Your chest might tighten and the ground might stop feeling steady. They pull back, they go cold or critical, and they just stop seeing you. Your nervous system activates. You start scanning yourself. You start scanning them. You're trying to figure out what you did wrong and how to fix it before it gets worse. Then comes the rupture. The conflict can be loud and chaotic, or it can be quiet and measured. Cruelty does not need volume. They can twist what happened until your reaction becomes the problem and the original hurt disappears. Your body floods with stress, desperate for safety. And your body has learned one thing. Feeling safe again means going back to that person who just made you feel unsafe. And then they come back. They may apologize or offer tenderness or hold you in a way that makes everything feel better again. The contrast, the sheer shift from cruelty or disconnection to kindness, makes the relief so intoxicating that your whole body settles. Dopamine and oxytocin flood in, and in the moment, everything, it's okay again. This is the hit. This is what your brain logs as the reward. It is not the steady, consistent connection of a safe relationship. It is the spike and the rescue after the storm. And then the tension, it creeps back in and the whole thing starts over. Every time the cycle completes, the bond gets stronger and the contrast gets sharper and leaving gets harder. This is not because you are weaker. It is because your nervous system is adapted to this rhythm, and its baseline is what connection feels like. So when someone says, "Why don't you just leave?" they're asking the wrong question. They are also asking it from a nervous system that has never been trained in this way. They do not know what it is like to fear someone and need them at the same time. They have not lived inside a cycle where love and danger are delivered by the same hand. Leaving a trauma bond does not feel like leaving something bad. It feels like tearing yourself away from the only source of safety that your body recognizes, even when the safety was also the danger. And when you create distance, your body goes into this withdrawal. Dopamine, it drops, cortisol, it spikes, and everything in you screams to go back. This is your survival system convinced that returning, it's the only way that you can feel okay again. And if you grew up in an environment where love was inconsistent, where closeness had to be earned, where connection could vanish without warning, then a trauma bond does not just feel familiar, it feels like home. I do not mean a safe home. I mean the home that your body learned to survive in long ago. The nervous system does not always know the difference between familiar and safe, and that is not your fault. So what begins to break this? It is not willpower. It is not someone finally convincing you to leave. I think there are 3 things that matter, and none of them happen overnight. The first is awareness. This means calling it what it is. This is a trauma bond. The moment you name it, you create a small gap between you and the pattern, and that gap is where clarity starts to grow. The second is distance, and I mean physical distance, because this cycle needs proximity to keep running. Every time that you get pulled back in, the bond reinforces. Every time you stay away, even if it's for a day or for an hour, the withdrawal will peak and then it starts to ease. Your nervous system begins to learn something that it did not believe at first, which is, I can survive without them. The body learns through repetition, not logic. So you have to give it enough repetitions. And third is regulation. This means giving your body a new experience of safety that does not depend on them. Your nervous system has been riding the highs and lows of someone else's behavior for so long that it has forgotten how to settle on its own. The way back is not through thinking harder about it. It is through small things like breathing, grounding, and consistent acts of care that come from you and from safe people. These are not grand gestures. They are daily proof that you can regulate without that cycle. This is not fast and it's not linear, but it is real. And every small step loosens that bond a little more and a little more. If this is what you are living right now, I want you to know you are not crazy for staying and you are not weak for struggling to leave. The bond is real. And so is the way out. I am Lisa, and this is Being Human. If you want to understand more about how these patterns form, watch our video on the fawn response. It is the survival strategy that sits underneath so much of this. I want to thank you so much for joining me, and remember, being human, it is messy, it is beautiful, and it's worth showing up for exactly as you are. I'm so glad you're here.